Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, I'll be covering the latest updates around the Bitcoin market. I'll also be sharing my price predictions of Bitcoin and MicroStrategy using technical analysis, along with updates that we're hearing all around just with the crypto markets. Now, if you're new to this channel, first off, I would really appreciate hitting the like, subscribing for more related content. Today in the Wall Street market, as well as in the crypto market, we saw a sea of red. Most of you are wondering, are we at the bottom of the Bitcoin retracement? Will we continue to see the bounce back, or what's going on? Will we continue to see market uncertainty? We're looking at Bitcoin's 200-week moving average heat map. So I like looking at this visual indicator here just to give us a perspective as to where we are with the price of Bitcoin. And using this 200-week moving average heat map tells us when is a good time to buy and when is a good time to sell. So typically, whenever the dots are in the darker blue purple hue, close to the 200-day moving average, that is the time to actually buy Bitcoin because the current dot right now is in the dark blue. This is an indicator to accumulate Bitcoin. And as soon as you see those run-ups in like orange and red, like a lighter hue color, that's an indicator of relative strength kicking in. It's becoming overbought. And that is the time, let's say if you're the type where you want to take profits, anything in yellow orange is when the relative strength has kicked into gears, and that's when it's significantly overbought. So as we forecast Bitcoin going to like 200,000, 250,000 in this Bitcoin bull cycle in 2025, we're expected to see relative strength, run up to 70, 80 RSI. And what we'll see based on this visual is it's likely to show yellow and red dots on here. And that would be an indicator for, taking profits if you're that type, or if you're a long-term investor, buying in at this current time point here. So I think we're definitely in a good state right now with Bitcoin, where the price of Bitcoin at 85,000, 88,000, the prior resistance of reaching that was recent, and now it's actually the support level. So I think we're only going to see higher highs at this point in time in Bitcoin to reach its all-time high in this year alone. We're looking at public companies that own Bitcoin. So obviously we know MSTR, there's truly no second best. With over 506,137 Bitcoins on their treasury, they own 2.41% of the 21 million Bitcoins available. Mara is right behind them. They're far behind at 46,000 Bitcoin, and you have Riot Platforms in third here, close to, 18, 19,000 Bitcoins. And then you have Tesla right behind at 11,000. Now, what's interesting is most of us heard about how the board at GameStop, they're proposing to buy up Bitcoin on their treasury. Ryan Cohen, the CEO, and Michael Saylor, they've been, talking, working together, playing around together. I think Saylor has convinced them enough to adopt the MSTR playbook and start considering to buy up Bitcoin now. What's interesting is that GameStop, they actually have, like close to 5 billion on their balance sheet, but I think what they're planning on doing is getting convertible notes, to have like, 1.5 billion to use that to buy up Bitcoin with the 0% interest, similar to what MSTR, Mara, Riot had done recently. Now, also, we have MetaPlanet here, a Japan-based company. They're increasing their HODL here, 3.3 thousand Bitcoins on their treasury. So we're beginning to see a global scale effort here with multiple companies trying to get Bitcoins on their balance sheet. In fact, South Korea, they're trying to adopt Bitcoin as well. North Korea actually has a big reserve on Bitcoin. They're buying as well. So it's only becoming a global race right now. And as soon as the big whales start buying up Bitcoin, the demand for Bitcoin is only going to increase. People are buying at the levels we're not seeing before, and it's outweighing the amount of Bitcoins that are mined. So just recently with the purchases of Bitcoin, that equated to 3 years worth of mining that will happen in the next 3 years. So demand will increase, and for those reasons, Bitcoin price is only just going to keep skyrocketing. We're looking at a picture here from the Meta Planet shareholder meeting that happened a couple days ago. Japan, they're ready for Bitcoin. Big event here in Japan. But when you think about it, when you look at when Bitcoin first started, in the Silicon Valley, when there was like Bitcoin events, you didn't have much people dressed up in business suits and all that. You actually had like computer science, engineering, people who were really big on Bitcoin, but not the people that you see today, all dressed up in business suits and all that. So the dynamics have definitely changed here, and it's only going to grow. The psychology has changed where now, I think the whole entire world is beginning to believe in Bitcoin as the future of the digital commodity, and which will be the number one commodity at one point. Interesting post from Michael Saylor here. Let the games begin, referencing GameStop. So, you see here just with the visual of, the leaning forward here just because of everyone gravitating towards Bitcoin, and everyone just wants a piece of Bitcoin, whether you're a retail investor, a country, government, even companies now. I think everyone is feeling that FOMO effect, and it'll only get stronger and stronger. Let's take a look at this posting here from Sailor. What's the minimum amount of Bitcoin GameStop needs to buy to be respected by a Bitcoiner? So we have like, four answers from the survey. So you have 50 million just LARPing, 250 million MSTR starter kit, 1 billion Tesla tier, $3 billion purchase. That's a king move. So that's 47% there. If GameStop actually uses their cash on their balance sheet to make a king move of more than $3 billion. Let's say if GameStop does consume all of their assets right now, their cash reserve to buy up Bitcoin, they can, best case scenario, be second place right behind MicroStrategy, being second place in terms of biggest HODL on their balance sheet. But we'll see. All of this is just updates. We haven't seen that update as to whether GameStop has in fact purchased any Bitcoin yet, but we do expect that's to come right now, which is why we saw GameStop price go up today. Just from the Bitcoin therapist here, with his post is that my guess is Ryan Cohen understands the market wants exposure to GameStop before they start buying Bitcoin. This is their chance, completely unexpected, incredible execution. I'm bullish. One of the interesting things is, when you think about other companies buying Bitcoin, so when MicroStrategy buys Bitcoin, MicroStrategy wins. When other companies buys Bitcoin, MicroStrategy also wins. Why? That only just pushes up the demand. That'll only increase and attract more and more investors, and then more companies are now adopting to that Bitcoin treasury on their balance sheet. And for those reasons, as we have more players to the table, as we sense a faster direction, increase in the cadence for people to start adopting strategic Bitcoin reserve, whether it's government level, company level, that's only going to increase the demand. So by default, MicroStrategy and Bitcoin as the digital commodity will win. Prices will continue to go up. So this is definitely a win-win situation. With that, let's talk about technicals here. So what we're looking at is Bitcoin on the daily here. One of the interesting things is we're beginning to see upward motion here. Today, we saw heavy retracement with Bitcoin price that was attributed to Wall Street as well. I think there was increased market uncertainty going on, especially with the Monday run up, all-time high that we have not seen since like 2024. But the good news is we're seeing some healthy consolidation this week. Of course, we had a win on Monday. We continue to see MSTR win as well. Bitcoin's been just overall consolidating from its recent retracement down to 76,000, but I think we're healthily moving up here, and we can't, of course, just continue to go up, with the series increase. But I think with this slight pullback here and seeing Bitcoin climb back up to 87,600, we're in the right state right here. And I think as we transition towards end of month, into April, we may very well get back into that 90, 100K here. Just based on technicals, relative strength has been increasing. Obviously, we saw oversold here. RSI, at that sub 20 late February, but you're seeing here the increase in the relative strength. You're also seeing that MACD intersection here from the short-term, long-term EMA. So these are some positive indicators that we're seeing on the daily here. Just on the weekly charts here, so we haven't seen the MACD flip the switch yet, but based on the intraday technicals, we do see that. So this will all get factored in on the weekly scale. But one of the key things is we see here green candles for the last 3 weeks. Of course, this week still is ongoing, but this is a good, healthy sign here, showing consistent consolidation, higher lows, higher highs. So we're only going to continue to go up. Bitcoin tends to, run for three consecutive positive years before it traces into a bear market. So we saw the turnaround post the bear market in 2022. So 2023, 2024, positive upside. So 2025, following that trajectory for every Bitcoin bull cycle, 2025 is going to be a great year here, even though Q1 we saw some big pullbacks here. Let's take a look at MicroStrategy technical. So basically what we see with Bitcoin consolidating, we're now seeing, the new support levels be established. Obviously, we saw prices jumping down to like 230 basement low price of MicroStrategy when we saw retracement of Bitcoin down to like the mid 70,000s. But as we see consolidation, we see support levels being established with Bitcoin now in the mid 80,000s. You see here the technicals are changing just based on where the market participants really want to push the price of MSTR. So obviously we saw some low RSI, towards the end of February. But now when you look at RSI, what are we noticing? Increase in the relative strength that's picking up. We see here on the daily, the EMA has transitioned as well. So we're also seeing a MACD bullish divergence technical indicator here. And we also see increased volume here. And what does that mean? We're seeing market participants trying to push up the price here. So as soon as we see the price action hover around the 340, 350 resistance, where that's going to be the new psychological support level, we want to see consistent hovering around this, prior resistance being the new support level. And once we start establishing that as the new support level, I could very well see MSTR start, running back up to its prior resistance. As soon as we see Bitcoin reach its, prior resistance of 109,000, if it can, kick into gears, get into that 130,000, we could definitely see it bypass its prior resistance 550. As I forecast into 2025, Bitcoin getting to that sweet spot of 180,000, 200,000, we may very well see on a moderate scale over $1,200 for the price of MicroStrategy here. So that's my overall assessment just based on the technicals, but we're looking very good here. Obviously, we can't just see a consistent green upward motion here with just green candles, but we'll see some trickle of red candles. But the key thing is just seeing consistent upward motion over the course of time here. With that, I want to play several video clips here where we have the CEO of BlackRock talking, and then, we'll also have Saylor with his updates.
If you're frightened of your debasement of your currency, or you're frightened of your economic or political stability of your country, you can have an internationally based instrument called Bitcoin that will overcome those local fears And so I'm a big believer in the utilization of that as an instrument. And so if that becomes true, and you see that it is it could be a proper hedge against maybe hope security or equities. Yeah. The question is, could you see a 2 or 5% allocation? I was with a sovereign wealth fund during this week, and that was the conversation. Should we have a 2% allocation? Should we have a 5% allocation? If everybody adopted that conversation, it would be 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 for Bitcoin.
Does it also?
I'm not promoting it, by the way. So that is not my promotion or
the most value. I think if people understand, generally speaking, this is really, really good for the future of U.S. dominance financially around the world, then we'll get to a point of consensus. And I think we're getting there. I think certainly this industry, the Digital Chamber I was a member of 11 years ago, where we took a totally different small group of people and now are a pretty powerful force in Washington, D.C. I think we got to celebrate that too, that's happened in a very short period of time. So it's exciting times. I'm going to lay out the gauntlet. Let's get this done by August recess. What do you think? We'll get it done. Market structure, Genius Act, SPR done by August, right? What do you guys think?
Dollars of capital are flowing into the network. It's going to go from 2 billion to 20 billion to 200 billion to 2 trillion to 20 trillion to 200 trillion. And when it gets to 200 trillion, it'll chomp along at plus 20% to eventually 300, 400, 500 trillion dollars. And where is that capital going to come from? It's going to come from Russian real estate. It's going to come from Chinese private equity. It's going to come from everything in Africa, everything in South America. You have capital flowing from foreign financial and physical assets to Bitcoin. You have capital flowing from 20th century assets to Bitcoin. So the capital is going to flow from the 20th century to the 21st century. It's going to flow from physical to digital. It's going to flow from currency-based derivatives to a digital commodity derivative. So it's already happening. It's unstoppable. It's literally like, for me to say Bitcoin's going to demonetize gold understates it. Yeah, it's going to demonetize gold. Then it's going to demonetize the real estate that's 10x more than gold. Then it's going to demonetize every long-term store of value. So what you have is a situation like the Europeans show up and they give like some Dutch guilders or some pieces of paper or some glass beads or seashells or stone coins to people using a more primitive form of money. And we have the opportunity to, in essence, just grab 10, 20, 25% of the network, let the entire dynamic flow, and it's going to accelerate. And when the dust settles, the American people will own 25, 30% of that capital, which right now is sitting in 20th century.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know where you're watching from, what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear what your perspective and questions are. I read through every comments. And if you're new to this channel, I'm thrilled that you're here. I would really appreciate a like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.